Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 5 who will explain about income smoothing, earnings management, and accounting paradigms. Next, we will introduce our group members today. For the first, Aulita Safitri Arminda Putri. Second, Claren Prawidya Daniswara. Third, Hana Maulidina. Fourth, Valentin Clara Valerie. 5, Isanul Johanto. And the last is Nida Nadia Zain.
The first material is theoretical basis of income smoothing. Income smoothing is a strategy used by management to make a company's profit appear stable over time. The goal is to reduce profit fluctuation so that risk appears lower and the company's value increases in the long term, as explained by Vardenberg and Tirol. This technique can be done with two types of variables. First, artificial or accounting variables such as changing the depreciation method, and second, real or transactional variables such as timing sales. According to Scott, there are 4 income smoothing patterns, namely taking a bet, which means recognizing large losses now for high profits in the future. Income minimization, to reduce profits when profits are high, usually for tax avoidance. Income maximization, which increases profits when conditions are declining, for example, for bonus or IPOs. And finally, income smoothing, which aims to stabilize profits so that they appear consistent in the eyes of investors. Okay, let's continue. Income smoothing is done by managers for several reasons. According to Vardenberg and Tirol, the goals include maintaining good relations with employees, increasing investor confidence, reducing company liabilities, and providing a positive psychological effect during times of crisis. Bora and Saha added that income smoothing is also done to maximize manager welfare, stabilize bonus and company growth, and satisfy shareholders. According to Foster, this practice can be done through sales manipulation such as invoice or discount arrangement, cost management such as piloting bills and reclassifying prepayments, and changing classification in financial statement to reduce visible profit fluctuation.
Next, types of income smoothing 1981. First, activical smoothing. Activical smoothing is done by manipulating financial reports without changing real transaction. For example, deferring research expenses from this period to the next. This does not affect cash flow, only the appearance of profit on the report. Second, real smoothing. Real smoothing involves actual operational decisions that affect cash flow. For example, delaying a major project to the following year so that this year profit doesn't appear too high. This directly impact the company finances. Methods of income smoothing. First, minimizing unstable profit. For example, allocating R&D costs across several periods so that they don't burden this one period. Second, multi-period cost allocation. Spreading large expenses such as machine maintenance over several financial reports to avoid profit fluctuation. Third, profit classification. Classifying profit or ordinary, routine, or extraordinary unusual to create an impression of stability. Okay, next, positive accounting theory. What's Anna Zimmerman, 1919. First, bonus plan hypothesis. Manager tends to increase profit to get later bonuses. For example, using accounting method that boosts profit when bonus targets are not yet achieved. Second, debt or equity hypothesis. Companies with high debt trend to report higher profit to appear capable of paying off debts. This maintains creditor and investor confidence. Next, political cost hypothesis. Large companies tend to reduce profit to avoid high taxes or political pressure, for example, shifting income to the next period. Impact of income smoothing. Positive, stock price stability, protection from takeover risk. Negative, potential for report manipulation, distortion of financial information, risk of regulatory sanction, e.g. violating the true and fair view principle. Next, regulation standards such as AASB 1001 require companies to disclose changes in accounting policies transparently, including their impact on financial statements, in order to minimize misuse. Next, criticism and controversy. This practice is opposed by SAG for as it contradicts the true and fair value principle. Additionally, Refshine study refer to it as selective financial misrepresentation, which undermines the integrity of financial reporting. Next, impact on the conceptual framework. Income smoothing encourages restriction on accounting option within the conceptual framework. The goals and to make financial statements more objective and reduce the potential for earning manipulation.
Next is income smoothing measurement. Income smoothing measurement can be done using the Eckl index, which function to detect whether a company is practicing income smoothing. It can be seen on the slide. The formula is the index is equal to the CV of profit change divided by the CV of sales change. Here, delta I is the change in profit and delta S is the change in sales. While CV show the coefficient of variation or the level of data dispersion from its average. If the Eckl index calculation result is less than 1, then this indicates income smoothing in the company. Conversely, if the value is equal to or more than 1, then no indication of income smoothing is found. This index helps researchers and analysts to objectively assess the stability of a company's profit by comparing profit fluctuation to sales fluctuation.
Next is material about earning management method. Regarding the method used, earning management can be done through two main approaches. The first is accrual-based earning management, which is manipulation carried out by changing accounting estimate or causing certain accounting policies that can affect earning figure. Example include changes in the estimated economic life of fixed asset, early revenue recognition, delay or acceleration of depreciation and amortization costs, and manipulation of research accounting such as provision or loss on receivables or currents. The second is real earning management, which is a real action in the company's operational activity that is carried out strategically to affect profit. Examples of this method are heavy discounting at the end of the period to increase sales, delaying expenditure on research and development, and reducing the marketing budget to make profit appear higher. In addition, earning management practice can also be classified based on their motivation. Big bets accounting is done when the company experiences very poor performance, where losses are recognized in one period so that the performance in the following years appears better. Income minimization is done when the company's profits are very high with the aim of lowering profits so as not to cause a large tax burden or high expectation in the future. Income maximization is usually done before the achievement of bonus target or when approaching an initial public offering by increased profit to attract public and investor attention. Meanwhile, income smoothing aims to decrease profit fluctuation over time to make it look more stable, so that it can increase investor confidence by reducing the perception of risk to the company. Next, in the presentation of material about earning management. Earning management is a financial reporting engineering practice carried out by company management by utilizing flexibility in accounting standard to influence financial statement results to achieve certain goals, both internal, such as achieving performance targets, and external, such as maintaining investor confidence. This practice often does not explicitly violate applicable accounting principles, but has the potential to mislead users of financial statements such as investor, creditor, regulator, and the general public. See per 1918 9 years explained that earning management is a from deliberate intervention in the external financial reporting process to obtain personal gain. Meanwhile, Healy and Wahlan 1999 years state that earning management is management attempt to change financial statement in order to mislead the stakeholder or influence the outcome of contract based on accounting numbers. In general, earning management is carried out with several main objectives. First, to meet determined performance target, especially profit target expected by in the market of financial analysis. When earnings realization does not match expectation, management tend to make adjustments so that the company still looks good. Second, this practice aims to influence stock price. Since earnings are a key indicator in making investment decisions, companies that display high earnings will be more attractive to investors, which in turn can increase stock price. Third, earning management is related to contractual interests such as in-depth agreement or managerial bonus calculation based on the company profit. To avoid violating the agreement or maximizing incentive, management tries to adjust the size of earning. Fourth, companies can also carry out earning management to avoid high tax burden, especially when regulation management is carried out for earning stabilization or income smoothing, which is an effort to reduce fluctuation in earning from years to years so that the company's performance look more stable and can reduce the perception of risk in the age of investor.
Accounting as a paradigm. A paradigm is a scientific framework that includes assumptions, values, methods, and perspectives used to understand reality. In accounting, paradigms help interpret economic reality and how it is represented in financial statements. There are three main philosophical dimensions. For the first is ontology, explores what is considered real in accounting, such as whether profit truly reflects economic conditions. And then the second is epistemology, concerns how accounting knowledge is acquired, such as empirical evidence, professional consensus, or critical reflection. And then the third is axiology, examines the values and purpose behind financial reporting, such as neutrality, social justice, or market interest. And there are three main accounting paradigms. For the first is positivist, second interpretive, and then the third is critical. Okay, that's all for our presentation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.